Hi everybody and welcome to Gettin' Crafty. I'm Kimberly Vance. This is the show where we take old things and make them new. Today we're going to work on some flip-flops. Now you might be thinking it's a little bit late in the season to be working on those, but if you're as thrifty and frugal as I know a lot of you and us are, you'll be getting your flip-flops now for about 25–50 cents a pair. So you'll be wanting to fix them up and have them ready to go next spring and of course the rest of this year. So I've got several different styles that we're going to do today, and I'll be showing you how to make some. And you may have some good ideas you want to share with me too. First of all, I'm going to show you how to make these water balloon flip-flops. These are really cute, and the good thing is if you decide to go creek wading or just wear them around, these are good party shoes, and they're very easy to do. So I'll get started right away. Now what I did for one pair is got about a package of about 100 water balloons, and you can find these at any of your dollar craft stores, anywhere. You're not going to have very much in them. The good thing about these too is at this time of year, you're going to be finding these on sale dirt cheap. If you're like me, I've got stashes of stuff everywhere that I save, and then I have them all when I need them. So take you about 100. That'll make them nice and full on all your sides like that. And this is the simplest thing. You can sit and do it while you're watching television, or it's a mindless thing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fluffy side of the water balloon on the outside, and it doesn't matter if you don't, because you're going to be able to twist it either way. And start down here at the very edge, and I've gotten a couple on just to show you how to start. And you'll want to, like I said, stretch the balloon, because otherwise they're very tiny and they are a little bit difficult to work with. So stretch it and then just tie it. You'll want to put 2 knots in it, 2 granny knots or 2 knots, whatever you want to call them. There you go. And see, that makes that a little bit like that, and then just scoot it down. And then you'll just do whatever color. You can use one color. You can use as many colors. As you see on this one, I took all of the colors and just did a random pattern. I didn't even look at what colors I was using, because I thought it would be cuter if I just continued on with completely random things. I figured it would come out a lot cuter like that. So just keep on tying and tying, grabbing and grabbing, and tying your knots. And it'll take you a little while. You may want to get up and get a soda or something, but it's not going to take as bad long as you think. They are so worth it. But you can see how easy this is. See, I've already gotten this much done in just a couple of minutes' time. What I've done too, when you get done, you can see how it looks on the back side here. I've got these flip-flops, these balloons. I've got just a little bit of space in between each one. You can still see the flip-flop. And I don't have them completely touching, but I've got a little bit of space in between each one. You don't necessarily have to do it like that, but that's a pretty good gauge. What I would do is just do it like I wanted them done, and when I thought they were full enough, that's when I would stop. We'll do just a couple more just to make sure you've got it. Don't forget to stretch your balloon. Stretchy, stretchy. Put your double knot in there. And then scoochy, scoochy. So remember, it's stretchy, stretchy, knotty, knotty, scoochy, scoochy. There you go. And that's how that's going to turn out, just like that. And then I broke that one, but you're going to have fun doing it. I didn't actually break it, I just undid it. But got that much already. So have fun and come out with a really cute pair of water balloon flip-flops. Now if you don't use the water balloons, which I had started a pair before, I came out with a mess. So you'll want to use the little bitty water balloons, because they come out really a lot nicer. You can use regular balloons, but they will be larger and floppier. But if you prefer that, give it a go. They're your flip-flops. You make them like you want them. Now this second pair that I'm going to show you how is made with duct tape. We on the show are friends of duct tape, and I love it. This right here, you can see what we've done is made a duct tape row down the handle or the floppery area, and then we've made the bow right there. So I'm going to show you very first of all how to make the bow. And I'm going to make this bow 2 different colors. You can make the bows 3 different colors, you can make them 1 color, you can put any kind of duct tape at all that you want. You can use anything. This makes these a whole lot of fun. I used the green flip-flops with the blue and yellow because I thought that would just be really fun. This would also be fun with pink, blue, green, anything you wanted to do. So, what I did for this bow, this is what we're going to be making first, is the little bow. I got my cutting mat, and I'm going to take duct tape, and I'm going to make 6 pieces of duct tape. I'm going to do them 3.5 inches each. So I'm going to lay these on my mat being the 1-inch squares. You don't have to do it like this. You can do it with your ruler and your scissors if you like. I just really like my board and my rotary knife. 2, I'm going to do mine like I did this one, the main color being blue. There's 3. And as you can see, I'm not making them exactly even, but we'll fix that when we get ready to work it out. Okay, and that makes 4. Like I showed you, they're not exactly even, but we'll be working that out. All right, now I'm going to do 2 yellow ones, and that's going to be the center of my flip-flop. You know, all the duct tape that they've got out now, I've seen it everywhere. And again, 3.5 inches. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Now it doesn't have to be 3.5, but I found that to be a very good size, because as you can see, regardless of what size flip-flop you use, that'll be a pretty good size to cover the top of your flip-flop, and it won't flop on your foot, and you don't stand a chance of shaking it off quite so bad. All right, and that's about 3.5 inches or so. Now, I'm going to take these pieces, let's see if I can lift them up here, and I'm going to stick them on top of each other. And again, you can use all the same color, you can use different colors, just play around with it. So flip-flops this time of year, you probably got some old flip-flops that you may even be planning to throw away. Don't throw them away as long as they're not broken, you know, right there, as long as they haven't flopped out. Decorate them. Get a little bit more use out of them and then throw them away. That's the thing about flip-flops. I personally believe they're year-long footwear. Not everybody does, but maybe I'll come up with a way to make boots out of them this winter. I'll get back to you on that one. All right, so I'm laying these on top of those, and get it as close as you can, because then that'll be more bow stuff that you have. All right, now I'm doing the yellow. And of course you don't have to work on one of these mats too. If you don't have a mat, don't worry about it, but I do love my self-healing mat. All right. I love duct tape. You can do so much with it. All right, now, since I didn't get these exactly even, you can see I've got a little bit of overlay on some of these parts. So we're going to clean that up, because you don't want anything to be sticking to it. So I'm going to get that off of there and make sure that there's no tape going anywhere. Got a little bit left there. It'd be better to make them a little bit short than it would be to have that tape, because you know how duct tape is. When it sticks to something, it's pretty much not going anywhere. And if it sticks to your flip-flop or something like that, that's not going to be fun. It's going to aggravate you the whole time you're wearing it. which takes away from the cutitude. All right. We've got these two. Those feel pretty good. Oh, trim that just a pinch more. All right, then my yellow one, going to trim it up a little bit more as well. All right, so now I've got all 3 pieces of these ready to go. Now, I think I'm going to do this in yellow, and I'll tell you what I'm doing here. I'm going to go ahead and roll out just about a 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to get it cut and ready to go. All right. Now, you want to take your piece of duct tape and fold it in half. It doesn't matter which side because they're the same. So take your duct tape and roll it, fold it in half. Okay, got it folded in half. Now, you want to take side of it, either side, and fold that in half. Fold it down to itself. So you've got it like that, fold it down to itself. Then flip it over and fold the half that's still standing, fold it down to itself. Then you've got a piece that looks like that. So you just folded it. Basically, it's sort of like an accordion, but you'll want to make sure that you've got a good crease in it. Okay. Now, you want to do your other pieces exactly the same. And the thing about these flowers, these duct tape bows rather, is that you can knock these out. You could have 100 of these in 10-15 minutes. Wouldn't be very long. All right, so we're going to do our other 2 pieces exactly the same. Fold in half, then fold each side to its own half. Make sure you get that crease in there good, because that's what's going to get you later. We'll take the yellow piece, we'll fold that, fold that in half, fold that in half. All right, so now we've got all 3 of our pieces, and you can see that they're all folded. Okay, now we're going to take these, and I'm going to make the yellow one my centerpiece. So I'm just going to get that right back there like it was, folded, where I made the creases. Apparently not so well in this yellow one. There we go. All right. You know what? I think I've left a little bit of sticky, so I'm going to trim that one just a little bit so I don't regret that later. There we go. See, I told you want to get all that sticky off. I did that on purpose just so I could show you. All right, so now, there we go. All right, then I'm going to put a blue one on each side. So I'm folding these up according to their crease, putting them together. You want to just put them all back. And like I said, you can do them any way, any color, anyhow. Now you'll want to line them up and make sure you've got them even. If they're not even, just lay them down with your rotary cutter and even them up. But I think these are pretty even. I think these will work. It's sticking out just a little pinch, but I think this will work pretty good. Now, you want to take your piece of duct tape. Like I said, I've chosen yellow. And you want to center it. Make sure you've got it centered nicely, because this part will make your bow. So center that. If you need to, you can lay it down on your thing. I just like to eyeball stuff. Not always the best idea, but hey, live a little. Unless you can't eyeball stuff, then don't try. Then just stretch your tape around. Make sure your tape goes all the way around your bow. And then you'll want to see what you got here. Okay, and you've got your bow. Here's your duct tape bow. How did I get to look like that? You just fan it out. Look at that. Is that adorable or what? And see what I was saying? You can make so many of these. And this duct tape is so flexible. Now the thing is about these, you can hook it onto your flip-flop, which I love, or you can make a hair barrette. You could do anything with these. You can put them onto your backpacks, you can sew them. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I just love those. Now what we'll do is I'll show you how to fix up this part. See, I think that is just so cute. Too bad it's not pink and black and I'd hook that in my hair. But what we'll do on these, I'll show you how I got to this portion here just to kind of jazz them up a little more. I thought they looked good with just the bow, but the jazzing up is also cute. This part right here was just something that my daughter came up with, and I thought it was absolutely adorable. We just took some tape, some duct tape of both colors, and cut it in little 1/4 inch pieces. Not very much. She just took what she thought was really cute and sliced it in little pieces, and then she just wrapped it around the flip-flop. She just kind of started around there and put it like that. And this part was simple, but this was time consuming as well. And then she just kind of staggered it like that, so it matched the bow. Isn't that cute? But flip-flops make such a statement, and they are so cute. There are so many things that you can do with them. You can dress them up, you can make them playful. You can have so much fun, and the possibilities are absolutely endless. You can even make your flip-flops dressy nowadays. Cut a few more here just in case. And these are all staggered, just however you want them. I like that. So just wrap them around. It's so simple. See, look at that. And of course the good thing is flip-flops are waterproof anyway, or at least these kind are. These cheapish ones, cheap cost-wise. They're waterproof, but you put this duct tape on them and any kind of embellishments you've got are still waterproof. So you're still not going to mess anything up. And if you do mess them up, you're only out a few pennies. It's not like you're out, you know, $30 or $40 for your fancy shoes, for your fancy dress shoes. Of course, these have taken the place of your fancy dress shoes now, so we'll finish up this one side here. And then we're going to hot glue our bow on. Because hot glue is the way to go. Even though it's duct tape, we're going to glue it on. You could also just duct tape it on, but we really couldn't come up with the best way to duct tape it on because of the little, you know, we didn't want anything to be around our toes. So we decided that we would just hot glue the duct tape on. That sounds funny, don't it? Hot gluing duct tape. But hey, you do what it takes. All right, we're almost up to that edge. I think I'm going to do one more piece of yellow, and then we'll do that, we'll hot glue that on. They're really cute. You're going to love it. Love it, love it. You'll probably make a pair of these tonight when you're sitting around the TV. All right, so put a piece there. All right, now I'm going to stretch out my bow again, just a pinch, just to make sure it's all cute, and stretch it outy. And I've got my trusty hot glue gun, and you can see there's not really a top or a bottom. It's all pretty much the same. So I'm just going to glue that bad boy right there. Make sure and glue, glue, glue. Mash it down, and there we go. Are those adorable or what? I love those. I'll finish that side up later on. But you see how those look. Absolutely love them. Now, let me show you another pair that we've got. We got these fancy black ones, and this is how they look, just plain old black flip-flops. And we thought that we would dress these up and make these look just a little bit more elegant than we have. So we had these black beads, these fancy black beads, just little old marbly looking things, and we thought, wow, these would look really sharp. Just little old black beads, and again, we used our hot glue gun for that. So I'll get rid of our tape here, and I'll move the mat so you can see. Well, now we'll leave the mat here. I feel comfortable with my mat. So these right here, all we've done is put the black beads on. We've glued those on, and we've also glued a nice stone in the center. See how dressy those look as compared to that, which these are fine. These are super fine. All right, so I'll show you how we did that. All we did is just made sure our flip-flop was in good shape. We started about right here, just a little bit out so they didn't rub, no big deal, but we put some clear ones right there just so they weren't unadorned. But we started about right here and put our hot glue down, and even though these are rubber, the hot glue still doesn't burn them, so that's pretty cool. But if you had some tweezers, I just don't have any here in the shop today, but if you have some tweezers, you may just want to use just some long tweezers. But again, play around with it. I found that about 3 rows of these really worked nicely. Just filling them up, putting my hot glue on, and of course, if you love to work with hot glue like I do, you know that these are just about ready to wear as soon as you get your hot glue on. As soon as you get these done crafting, and these won't take you probably 20 minutes to make. As soon as you're done crafting with those, you can slip them on and go hit the town. Drop those in there. And of course, as always, remember when working with the high temperature hot glue gun, it hurts and it leaves blisters, so take the necessary precaution. Of course, I don't have to tell you that. They hurt, don't they? So I like to be careful. I like to be, I'm not always. I've usually got a blister on my finger somewhere from a hot glue gun. But I still go back for more. I love the punishment, apparently, of the hot glue gun. And again, like I said, I'm putting like 3 rows. But it doesn't matter because nobody's going to get down and scrutinize your flip-flops and say, oh my, you don't have 3 in that row. I'll ditch that one. I got glue on it. But if you have some little tweezers or some big tweezers, which I have, I just don't have them with me, use those. It'll help you place them exactly where you want them. See how nicely these are coming along so far? Very nice. We'll do up this whole side, and then I'll show you how to put something on. We'll go ahead and dude up this whole side. And I'm putting some hot glue, several pieces up to make it go faster. Because you really don't have to do just 1 bead at a time. Just put your glue down, then drop your beads in it. Unless, of course, you use larger beads. If you use larger beads, just do what you got to do there. And if you don't have a hot glue gun, I would recommend one. There are so many things that you can do with them. And they're really not very expensive. And there are the low temperature guns, which are safer, like if you have children who are going to help you, you might want to get a low temperature. They're the little small ones, and they'll say low temp or high temp. And for some of the jobs that I do, I prefer the high temp. But they will bite you with hot glue. I don't want to scare anybody. And we're almost up to the top. Now these little beads, I'll tell you, I've had these little things so long, I don't even know where I got them, but I know that you can get stuff like this just about anywhere. A lot of your dollar places offer them. Of course, your hobby stores offer them. You can find them just about anywhere. And I'm getting ready to have a very fancy pair of flip-flops. I love these. I love black flip-flops anyway. And I really like the ones too with the little high heels, you know, with just a little bit of a wedge heel. Those are nice flip-flops to embellish also. All right, now I'm just going to go up to, I think, about right there, and then I'll start on the other side. But let me see what kind of stone. I've used a round stone there, and I think I'm going to stop so I can make that stone flat. So we'll pick out another one like that one, and then we'll just go ahead and make that one, if I can get all this hot glue off of it. All right, we'll make this, put that right here in the center, post that right down there, and whammo, looky there. When we get the other side done, we're gonna have another fancy pair of slippers. Oh, it's gonna be so great. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching today as much as I've enjoyed being here with you. And thank you so much for watching Gettin' Crafty. I'm Kimberly Vance. Bye.